there's a good chance that you are responsible for people, for their performance, for their communication, for their consistency, especially under pressure. And you have likely noticed something, that even highly capable individuals, even experienced professionals, don't always perform at their best when the pressure increases. Not because they lack skill, but because something else changes. Their breathing changes. Their thinking narrows. Their communication shifts. Sometimes subtly and sometimes not. And in those moments, performance becomes dependent on something most people have never been trained in: their response to stress. Most organizations invest heavily in skill development, technical training, communication framework, and yes, those matter. But there is a layer underneath all of that. A physiological layer. Because when stress rises, the system delivering those skills begins to change. Clarity becomes less accessible. Timing becomes less precise. Communication becomes more reactive or more restricted. This is not a motivation issue. It is not a discipline issue. It is a response issue. And once you begin to see it that way, you also begin to see the opportunity. Because if the response can be influenced, then performance can be stabilized, even when conditions are not. For the next few moments, I would like for you to experience something directly. You do not need to close your eyes. You do not need to change your environment. Just follow along. Begin by taking a slow breath in through your nose. And a controlled breath out through your mouth. Again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. One more time. In and out. Now, as you continue breathing in that pattern, I would like you to gently bring your attention to the tips of your thumb and your index finger, and simply begin to rub them together very lightly. There's no force here, no urgency. Just a small, controlled movement. Continue your breathing. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. As you do this, you may begin to notice something subtle. A slight reduction in pace. A shift in how your body feels. A small increase in clarity. Nothing dramatic, but it is noticeable. Stay with it. Breathing steady. Movement consistent. And now, bring to your mind a moment. Not a perfect moment, but a moment where things were working. Where you felt capable, clear, and effective. Not forced, not idealized, just working. And as you hold that moment lightly in your awareness, continue the breathing. Continue the movement. You see, what you are doing right now is something most people never intentionally do. You are pairing a controlled state with a repeatable physical cue. And over time, that cue becomes associated with this state. Stay with it for just a few more seconds. Breathing steady. Less urgency. More control. And now, slowly release the moment and return your breathing to normal. What you just experienced is the beginning of something that is very practical. You did not remove stress. You did not change your environment. But you influenced your response. And with repetition, that response becomes more accessible, more reliable. So in moments that matter, you have a pathway. Back to clarity, back to control, back to effective communication. Not by chance, but by training. Now consider this in a different context. Not just individually, but across a team. A team that can stabilize under pressure, communicate with consistency, maintain clarity when demands increase. Not occasionally, but predictably. This is not produced through information alone. It is developed through applied, reinforced experience. What you just engaged in is a brief introduction to that process. And for organizations that choose to develop it further, the impact is not just internal. It becomes visible in how people communicate, how they operate, and how they perform under real conditions. If this felt different, even slightly, then you're already seeing the opportunity. Thank you for your time.